Hello, my name is Phi Trang, and my partners are Neil Nguyen and Jacob Tran, and this is our final video presentation for data mining. So our project name is PlayerKnown's Battlegrounds, which is an analysis on the popular battle royale game PUBG. So we did most of our work in Jupyter Notebook using Python, Pandas, NumPy, and MATLAB. So in our introduction, we kind of introduce what the game is about, as well as the problem that we're trying to solve, which is kind of an overall guide as to how to best win the game. Our data we got from Kaggle, and it contains information such as the method of which a player is eliminated, killer position, and victim position. The first thing we did was import our data using Panda's read CSV method from our CSV file, which had about 1 million rows of data. We separated the we separated the data frames based on the maps that they were played on for Erangel and Miramar, and we separated solo and squad matches. Here you can see our data. Next thing we did was plot the victim positions. So here are all the deaths for Erangel. Pretty dense, doesn't tell you much, but then we plotted the solo deaths from the solo games, and you can kind of start to see the hotspots of where most players are eliminated. We can see the same thing for Miramar. Here are all the deaths, much more distributed because of the size of the map, and again the solo games for Miramar. Next thing we did was an analysis of weapons. We plotted the frequency of each weapon and counted the number of times that they were used to eliminate players. You can obviously see the popularity of certain weapons, such as the AKM and the M4, and pretty much all the ARs. The punch is surprisingly popular, beating out a couple weapons because when players first drop, they tend to just start punching other players because that's their only method of eliminating them. We also used the victim and killer positions and used this distance formula to calculate the average distance between each player and mapped it using a dictionary here to the weapon that they used. So here you can see that obviously sniper rifles have the highest average difference, and Miramar, being the larger map, has the higher average distance. Next thing we did was some fancy box plots. Next thing we did was k-means clustering. So we used this clustering algorithm for, I think, 5 random cluster points. You can see they are pretty evenly distributed. There's a cluster down in the military base for Erangel, and then for the Miramar game, you can see that the clusters marked in separate colors again. And then we did final kill clustering, which is we only used we used the data points that contain the final kill, which is like the last kill of the game. And again, you can see that there is a cluster on the military base, but other than that, most of the final kills are pretty evenly distributed, which kind of shows us that the game's random circle is pretty random. And then from all this, we have like a tips and trick part of our notebook where we tell you how to adapt to each map, what weapons to use, which ones are effective, which ones are most popular, what weapons to use on what map based on distance, and what weapons to use during the time of the game. So yeah, and then we have some information about our data clustering. But yeah, that's pretty much our project. Thank you.